Well, it's Rob's Arcade where the games get played. Those games get saved so they can get played on another day. Here in Rob's Arcade. Let's check outside, guys. See what it looks like outside. Ooh, nice sunny day here in Los Santos. Here in Florida, it's a little gloomy outside. Going to be getting a little bit of rain. I'm sure this afternoon when my wife's got to drive into work today to hit the office for the first time to get all of her stuff, make it official here. But right now, guys, let's hang out in Rob's Arcade for a little while. Thanks for hanging out. You know my name. It's Rob French, your host here, as always. It's Monday. Everybody knows what Monday is. It's that Monday show where I kind of hang out with you guys, talk about the weekend, see how your weekend was, talk about my weekend. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Mine was pretty good. Not too eventful. Pretty laid back. Got some family time in with Aunt Marlene on Saturday. Friday was kind of fun, actually. Friday was neat. Got to play some basketball with my wife. I like to get out there and shoot around for, 30, 40 minutes a day. Get my day kind of started. I didn't this morning. I'm not going to lie, I got kind of caught up in this here and just goofing around doing different stuff in GTA before I started my morning show. I was going to start this morning show like 2 hours ago. But yeah, usually I like to get some basketball time in, and last Thursday my wife was like, I think I'm gonna play some basketball tomorrow when I get off of work, just kind of shoot around, get some exercise. And I was like, that would be right. I'll join you. So I waited. I didn't do my morning run, and then her and I kind of shot around for a little bit that evening, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. One of those things we have never done before. Gosh, I didn't know, like. This basketball thing is kind of new. I haven't really shot around, shot any hoops in quite some time. But the funny thing is my wife hasn't either, and we're playing horse, and she beat me the very first game. We ran right out the box. She just came in hot, and we played a couple more games and. Head inside, and it was a lot of fun though. It was like one of those things, it's like, they say all the time, couples who work out together and couples who do things together, it just makes it a lot more fun for the relationship, and it really does. It was just I just remember coming home Friday, it was just kind of I just never really seen my wife in that light. I know she likes to play basketball, but it was just kind of fun to kind of see her in that light and shoot around on the court and just kind of joke around and have a good time. And then of course, she went out Saturday and got some shorts and some gear so we can continue to shoot around and have a good time. And we always enjoy doing things together. That's one of the things that I've mentioned. A lot of people take notice that my wife and I, we like to hit Disney and these parks. They're like, that is so cool. You guys are into that kind of stuff, and you both can really enjoy it. But what's interesting is we have fun just going to Target. We have a good time going to Disney and stuff like that, but then we go shopping for shirts and clothes for our vacations, and that itself can just turn into quite a good time. So Saturday she went out to get some shopping done, like I said. Got some shorts and some things like that for basketball, and some dresses and nice things like that. And then her aunt and the crew came and picked me up, and we went back to Marlene's. Had a good time. We played some games. I think the game is Heads Up, where you kind of use a cell phone and to do like charades and a guessing game kind of a thing, which was a lot of fun. We brought Veda over, and then after a few hours, I was like, let me get Veda home. She's kind of restless, and Carrie Ann actually wound up staying the night at Marlene's, which was fun. She had a good time. Nice little girls' night, and I think. She probably had more, I think, girls' night and more outings with friends and stuff like that than here than I think she ever did in Virginia, which is really awesome. Like I said, it's almost it's my wife in a whole new light. She was kind of a homebody. I think we both were to a degree in Virginia. Wasn't a whole lot going on, and um, with quarantine and stuff like that, it made it hard to kind of hang out with friends and do things. So um, I don't know. We didn't really do a whole lot in Virginia, but I mean, since we've been here, we go out on the weekends and we do a lot. We have a good time, shopping and just doing just different things and really enjoying life, if you will. Um, but yeah, so she hung out with the ladies, her cousin's girlfriend Alyssa, and her are huge like Disney fans. We did some Disney trivia. That was a lot of fun. Uh, and then, like I said, I kind of wrapped it up a little early, called it a night, came back here to the apartment and played a little GTA actually with my friend Buck, and we had a good time. Um, Slept on my neck really bad. It was really funny. So my dog was sitting by the door for like 10 minutes waiting for me to take her out, and I finally take her out, and she like runs in the bed like, no, 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 don't put the harness on me. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Uh, and then like shortly after that, like I went to sleep. It was kind of late, and I mean, gosh, I don't know, like I was just having the bed to myself or what, but my neck is still very stiff. Like it hurts to kind of turn it a certain way, and I was pretty much like laid around yesterday. Just took it very easy. Took a nap. Lots of ointment, lots of hot showers. Just trying to get there. We go. Yeah, rub that neck. Just trying to get that neck loosened up a little bit. Um, but like I said, all in all, it was just a great weekend. Watched a bunch of Sandra Bullock movies. Demolition Man. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but that's a great movie about the future. Go Taco Bell. Also watched Speed. She's more of a supporting um, character in both those movies. Interesting enough, she replaced an actress in Demolition Man. Like I kind of remember like Sandra Bullock in Demolition Man was like kind of the first time I saw her on the big screen. I remember seeing that in the theater with some friends, and their dad took us to go see that on a weekend. Really cool action movie in the '90s, and it still holds up to this day. Still a lot of fun, really cool. But like she wound up replacing somebody, and so that was like her first exposure. And then she went on to go do some bus movie. I remember there was like a quote where Rob Schneider, he's in the film, Deuce Bigelow, and he was like making fun of her for going off and doing some stupid bus movie, which wound up being like the blockbuster summer hit, which I also saw that in the theater with my father. Saw a lot of movies in the '90s growing up in the theaters and stuff, but that turned out to be a really cool mega hit and really pushed her career forward. And then we also watched Miss Congeniality, which she pretty much runs the show in that movie, and just gosh, just such a great film, perfect action, comedy kind of a thing. And then it's also got that like um, Princess Diary, She's All That kind of um, high school beauty makeover kind of thing. So it's just a lot of fun, all in all. So we enjoyed watching those, and then of course, and Practical Jokers. Always fun to watch that before we go to sleep. That show makes me laugh so hard. I shake the bed, laughing so hard at that stupid show. But yeah, that was kind of like my weekend in a nutshell. Like I said, not too much going on. Kind of like to hear what you guys did. If you guys did anything fun, I'm always interested for those comments that you guys choose to never leave down there. Really appreciate it. If you had a good weekend, hit the like button. If you had a bad weekend, hit the thumbs down. Let me know. I won't take necessarily the thumbs up and the thumbs down as a judgment on my video, because I know all my videos are good. But give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know how your weekend is. It's that simple. That simple. And while you're down there, go ahead and maybe share the video. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Do all those things. Hopefully you guys got a fun weekend coming up. My week's going to be a weekend coming up. Week coming up. Mine's going to be pretty much the same. We got the comic book shop run coming up on Tuesday. We'll probably squeeze some more YouTube videos in there. You never know. Saturday I woke up and just, like I said, my wife was out doing some shopping, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do some YouTube, and like, why not? Got stuff to open, things to unbox. So I'm sure I'll do some more YouTubing throughout the week. But hit the grocery store, the normal stuff. Maybe try to get some shelves or something like that for the apartment. Get a few more things unpacked. got some more adulting things to do. Pretty much got all like the address change and all that thing kind of taken care of. But now I got a couple of more, seems like phone calls to make, some more chores or errands to take care of. Thanks a lot. Which kind of like brings me up to my topic too. I'd like to bring a topic to you guys on Monday, just something to kind of talk about, get your brains kind of going, kind of get you something to think about, maybe get a little discussion going down in the comment section, which of course again never happens, but hey, it never hurts to try. You know, it's never too late to try. See if I can't get a response out of you, mammer jammers. But today I was like thinking about like best friends, and last night thinking about best friends, and it actually kind of came up last week. It was pretty interesting. I woke up last week to a couple of snaps from one from my cousin and one from a friend of mine I used to work with at Vinny's, who he just got to college and is getting ready to start that whole new chapter in his life. But it was really cool. They were both talking about best friends, and my cousin was talking about hanging out with best friends and how those kind of change and things like that. And then my friend Nick was actually just telling me, like, dude, I just miss you. Like, you know, I really considered you a best friend. And it was one of those things, like, it's kind of weird, like, you know, when you get like a part-time job or, you know, you start working at like some pizza place, you don't necessarily think like, you know, a lot of these people are going to become your best friends. But I mean, gosh, like my boy, Mr. Andrew Palladino, I mean, he's like, he is ride or die no matter what I need. I feel like he's always going to have my back. Um, and then the same with this kid Nick. You know, there's these two kids are like basically, you know, going into that freshman college age. They just graduated, you know, high school pretty much. But these are guys that, you know, would have my back no matter what. And it was really kind of nice. I feel like everybody should kind of wake up at least once a week to a snap from a friend telling them how great they are. Really appreciated that, Nick. That was really awesome. But it was almost like something from the future. You know, you wake up, you go to the mirror. It's like a little hologram thing. You know, you are amazing. Today, you are going to have a great day because you are worth it. You are special. Like, just kind of reminded me, speaking of Demolition Man, like something from the future. Um, but it was really nice. It was really sweet, really endearing. I really appreciated it. And it was definitely something that's reciprocated back to Nick. He's definitely like, I feel like somebody who was born, you know, 40 years, or not 40 years, but like maybe 20 years too late. You know, he's one of those kids, like if we grew up in the same time, I feel like we would have really hit it off. And same with like Andrew, you know, it's like these guys are like, I kind of like born late in the game. Like they should have been born in the 80s and stuff. And like, you know, we probably would have clicked. Um, but it is really interesting to think about, like I said, your best friends. And it got me thinking, like, I don't really know that necessarily I have, like just one best friend or anything like that. My cousin Holden was kind of talking about how, you know, his best friends, I guess even with him and his sister, have kind of like changed, and like what might be a best friend at one point in time is not necessarily the case now. Like, you know, they kind of lose best friends or change best friends and what have you. And that's, I think, common. You know, I mean, like you think about like even in high school, you know, you got friends who you're very close with, and then as you get older, um, you know, you kind of lose touch. One of my friends from high school, Craig, I mean, we were very close, but we were also very close in proximity. And I think proximity has a lot to do with like, you know, your best friends and who you hang out with and who you spend the most time with. And I guess, you know, based on that, what you would consider to be your, you know, your best friend. And then people move, and then it's harder to hang out and keep up. Um, Again, I know a friend of mine, Scott Morris, who used to be very, very close. And as he's moved and done different things um, with his career and just his life and marriage and all that, he's, I mean, even lived in Colombia for some time. It's not easy to necessarily keep up with people, you know. But at the same token, you know, I still consider him a very, very close friend, a best friend, a brother, if you will. And if he called me up today and was like, dude, I need you to do something, I need you to pick me up, I need you whatever, I'd like to think I would be there for him. And I think that's what the most important part of this is, and kind of like, I guess, what I'm going to get to, and like what I came to realize while thinking about like, who your best friend is. Again, in, high school, you have certain friends. I remember actually, just real quick before I get to my point, um, I had a friend in high school who was very close. We hung out all the time. And I did not get along with one of his best friends. And so he actually wound up like kind of bearing the hatchet between the two of us, Sam and his friend Colin. All three of us became very close. Sam was my friend and Colin's friend. Colin and I did not get along, and then one day he was just like, "Look, we're going to sit down, we're going to hang out, we're going to smoke a blunt, and then we're going to all chill out, and we're going to be friends." And after that, me and Colin were very close. Actually, me and Colin worked together for a long time, and um, he always had my back. He never wronged me. He was kind of a shady character. In fact, Colin actually wound up dying at the hands of Sam, which is a whole other story, but we'll go into that another day, talking about crazy friendships and things. But again, how best friends and dynamics and all these things kind of change. Um, Colin, I watched him kind of screw a lot of people over, but he never ever screwed over his friends. Well, up until the very end there. But um, the point I guess I was going to get to is overall just like thinking about all the ins and outs and who your best friends are, and how friends have changed over the days and the years and the months. And I think the most important thing is, because what you consider to be a best friend, um, is to take those attributes and hold yourself to those. I've talked about holding yourself accountable in other videos. So maybe take the things that you would like consider to be a best friend, right? Take all those attributes that you would consider of someone to be your best friend, and then kind of live by those and treat your friends like that. Because I was thinking like, you know, I'm not necessarily like, my wife is definitely like one of my best friends. We spend a lot of time together. Um, like I said, my boy Andrew, definitely like, best friend of mine. But, I don't necessarily have just one best friend. And I think the important thing is not to think about that like, who is my best friend? Who is my best friend, but instead to think about how can you be the best friend to everybody, you know? Like if you would want your best friend to always listen to you, to always be there for you, or, to help you out in a pinch if you needed it, then those are the things you should do to be a best friend to somebody, in my opinion. Um, just it kind of, one of those things where it's like it's more important to give than receive. Well, I think it's more important to be a best friend than to have a best friend. So that's a little something to get you guys thinking about. Let me know what you think, about best friends. If you've ever had any maybe best friends who were best friends and then screwed you over and really did you wrong. If there's anything like a best friend could do that would like make them not be a best friend anymore. Like if is there like if they were to be like in a pinch, and your best friend like stole some money from you or use your credit card to do something without telling you, would that be um, something where you'd be like, nope, we're no longer friends, or would you understand and say, hey man, just come to me next time, dude. I've always got your back. Um, you, you know, cheating with another significant other, would that be grounds? Is it truly bros before hoes? Or is there anything that you could think of that, like, if your friend maybe lost your car or something like that, just like, hey man, you know just watch my car, and then they lose it, would that be something where you'd be like, nah man, that's it, I'm done, I can't anymore with this guy, you just lost my freaking car, are you kidding me? um, so maybe um, if there's anything you can think of that would like I said, make you cut ties with the best friend, or if you just want to, hey, comment down below and give your best friend a shout out, that'd be really cool as well. Yeah, it's really interesting, like I said, to think about, like I said, best friends and how that all kind of works out in life, and who your best friends were growing up and who they are now. And I've often mentioned before, like I don't think I ever thought at any point in my life I'd be 40 years old and have best friends who are just getting into their 20s, But hey, That's how it is in life. And I think as long as somebody has your back, it doesn't really matter who they are, right? Where they come from, where you meet them. But it is interesting to think. I've had a lot of jobs over the years, and even guys my own age, I've never really hung out with. Um, Dog's barking over here. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. My dog's going crazy, but yes, it's interesting to think about the whole dynamic of everything. And what do you want? You've been going crazy all morning. Do you want you want a friend, Veda? Is that what you're saying? You want a little doggy friend out there? Oh wow. But anyway, guys, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all my friends there listening to me. Again, don't forget to like, share, comment down below, all that jazz. Always good talking to you guys. This is not goodbye. It's simply to be continued. And until next time, don't spend that quarter anywhere else. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.